Talk to anyone at an air show.
That's crazy.
And you will quickly realize,
like, you can feel it,
how riveting the experience can be.
Man, I think of how terrifying it would be to be under that.
There's plenty of velocity and storytelling.
A lot of those fast movers saved my bacon when I was in Vietnam.
All playing out under one colorful theme.
Patriotism at its finest right there.
The premier attraction, the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds, or U.S. Navy Blue Angels. Symbolic for thousands, as they represent the spirit of our nation.
It's called freedom. It's called what we're here for. It's called being American.
We believe in that beautiful, beautiful phrase that hasn't been used so much over the last 3 decades. Made in the USA.
This was President Donald Trump during a speech to the National Association of Manufacturers back in September.
They're giving other countries those jobs.
And while the president has been critical of American companies for overseas production,
Let me get the gray one.
Channel 2 Investigates found extensive outsourcing of patriotism in apparel and hats.
Okay, 45.
At air shows in Fort Worth and at Ellington Field in Houston. The vendors allowed to sell merchandise through licensing agreements with the U.S. Navy and Air Force.
Do you have the license?
Yes.
The foreign influence was everywhere. We found products made in Nicaragua, Honduras, Pakistan, El Salvador, and of course,
China. And not China, Texas, I presume.
no. How does that strike you?
It's pitiful.
Jim Sanders served in the jungles of Vietnam.
From Dong Han North.
As a veteran, he has one message to the Navy and Air Force.
I think they need more oversight.
Sanders is not alone.
It's crazy.
Diane Cooney has been an official vendor at air shows for the last 31 years.
None of the shirts are made in the USA.
She says it comes down to cost.
And price points really are pretty high.
Mark Andal, the owner of Made in America stores in New York State, disagrees.
It's just not true.
Since 2010, Andal's company has manufactured T-shirts made in the USA.
T-shirts are about 25% of our business.
Shirts that sell for under $20 on his site, Andal says can be produced and sold for the same price we found at the air shows, if not less.
We can do that with a Made in America USA T-shirt.
Navy licensing, as well as other military branches, do not permit vendors to sell products with goods listed by the Department of Labor as child or forced labor.
2X, 1X.
Channel 2 Investigates uncovered one vendor selling Blue Angels hoodies made in Pakistan with Pakistani cotton. That cotton is classified by the DOL as a good produced through forced labor, which means these hoodies should have never landed at an air show.
That's probably the problem. It's just not enforced.
Should it be?
Oh, sure it should.
Houston area Congressman Gene Green is a member of the House Subcommittee on Digital Commerce and Consumer Protection.
Made in Pakistan.
After we showed him the controversial merchandise, Green made this observation.
Somebody who served our country in whatever service would probably prefer their shirts they wear or their hats they wear to be made in this country by people who are in this country.